Okay, welcome back. Today, we're going to be talking about the Falcon and Winter Soldier and Invincible that just wrapped up, and to kind of talk with me because me talking by myself would just be boring. Is Mike?
Hello.
How's it going, Mike?
It's going all right. It's nice to have some time to talk about comics and shows and all that good stuff.
It's nice to try to find time to watch them.
Yes. And I will say I did not make it through the entire last episode of Invincible because I needed to it was just like this is a lot.
Yeah, I think that was pretty heavy. So, do you want to hop into? Let's just hop in. Do you want to do Invincible first?
Sure. That one's kind of fresh on my mind, but I've read the entire comic book series, so I'm watching this at least knowing what the comics are doing, and they're staying extremely faithful to it so far. That's one of the most impressive things for me. But yeah, just like I don't know, guys, you're making Omni-Man pretty irredeemable right now. Knowing how that story goes, you're like, how do you come back from this? This is messed up. I mean, it was bad in the comics, but holy crap. But have you been enjoying it this first season?
Yeah, I mean, I've been when I've been able to watch it. I mean, it's not something I can watch when the kid is around, obviously.
No, or anyone. It's
Yes,
it's
or
anyone who can't take like intense violence. I mean, oh my god.
Yeah,
I'm almost sad because I feel like this is going to get Invincible's going to get compared to The Boys, and I feel like it's like no, Invincible's been doing this disgusting shit for years.
well, I think I've read the first couple trades that you let me borrow, and that was probably a
It's
couple years ago. But I still remember, most of the story beats as they came on
yeah,
appeared on the.
I know I'm having a very much like these are the things I remember. I know they're happening in a slightly different way, but that's okay because I kind of don't remember the specifics.
Now, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I want to say the stuff that I probably gave you originally. It was probably like the first 3 or 4 trades, which is basically probably encompasses the first season.
Yeah, I do remember. I do remember, like I said, remember some of it, but yeah, I've been enjoying it. I mean, coming into the show, just kind of not having it's been a while since I read that, not really
Yeah,
remembering. I really, I enjoyed it. I mean, it was fun. Yes, it kind of got a little intense at times.
I mean it's definitely like straddles the line a lot of times because sometimes it'll be fun and silly and with dealing with the drama, but like when the violence ramps up, it gets real rough. And I'm trying to remember how brutal that fight was at the very end of the season. Like back in the comics, I'm interested to go back and take a look now.
Yeah,
It seems so much worse than I remembered it. Oh my god,
oh,
the
I think the
subway
worst was
the subway
the
thing
train
broke me.
scene. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I had to stop. I'm just like I'm good. I'm good right now.
It's like, okay, that's okay. Moving.
Yeah, I was like, whew, can we get to the climax part because this part is really hurting me inside.
But I
But
thought J.K. Simmons does the voice of Omni Man, right? Yeah, I thought that was a good cast. I thought the voice casting
yeah, the
was pretty
whole
good.
like J.K. Simmons is great because even in the comics, I feel like it's like you like. I'm trying to remember because I feel like they don't pull the curtain on the Omni Man thing till late, to like right before the whole fight with Mark, and you're just like you're blindsided completely. But I could be totally wrong because I remember that being like a OF moment, like you know, because like it's just been Omni-Man. He's just been Mark's cool dad, nice guy, and then all of a sudden, just immediately, all that's ripped off, and you're just like, oh God. Whereas this, I feel like they're very from the beginning, like, oh, he's up to shit.
I think the first scene that the opening with like the global guardians. That's right, Guardians of the Globe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one of them is the correct answer. The other is DC.
I want to say these are the Guardians of the Globe because even DC wouldn't choose something that clunky.
But it's like, oh yeah, I forgot that they had like the DC archetypes there for their heroes
that are immediately wiped off the table. Just like it's like, yeah, they
literally
like,
and figuratively.
Well, I feel like you can get away with it because of that, because it's like you get that like, oh, they're like the Justice League, so you already have an impression of how strong everybody is, and so then when you just see Omni-Man completely dismantle them, it's just like, oh, we're all screwed probably.
I don't remember the stuff like the behind the scenes stuffs with the like the agency.
That I one thing I'm noticing is because like definitely a lot of the plot beats are happening, but like certain character bits I feel like are happening sooner because it, in my eyes, it's, you know, when Kirkman started it, he didn't know where it was going to end up. I'm sure he had an idea, but like you don't know how, like all the little side characters, like that's all incidental, like, but then you see like how Eve's character has progressed in the series, and I feel like we're getting there sooner. Essentially, she's having her realizations, her character moments. It's like, now this could just be because this series ain't going to go on for like 10 seasons, but also like the idea of, hey, this is what this character should have been doing the whole time, and now that I know that, I can start sooner. Like getting these characters to the core of where they want to be sooner. Like Robot also.
Yeah. I thought there was a love triangle between Invincible, Eve, and somebody, the other girl. Is that right?
Duplicate? Or
not Duplicate, but the girl who he from high school.
Oh, his girlfriend?
Yeah.
Mark? I honestly don't remember Mark's girlfriend.
Okay.
So I'm like interested. Is like, am I just completely forgetful? Because
I'm probably just
because I don't. If she is from the comics, I don't think her character like sticks around like for very long.
Yeah.
If I'm remembering it properly, if she is in the comics, then I feel terrible that I've completely forgotten her, but she doesn't show up.
Because I thought that Invincible and Eve started kind of dating.
Yeah. I mean, that's the, they're the. Every show has the faded couple.
The star-crossed lovers.
Yes, they're the stuff,
It's the Mulder and Scully.
Exactly. It's more like if you watched Bones, it's like that. Where in your brain you're like, oh yeah, they're together now, the show's over, but then they still do like 4 more seasons, and you're like, okay, I guess. Like it felt like, oh well, clearly the show, when these two finally realize that they love each other, that's the end of the show. But then then it keeps going. Invincible's a little like that. You're like, oh yeah, but we have way more story to tell. But also that series is like 120 issues, I think.
Yeah, and I think they just renewed the show for 2 more seasons.
Also, realizing each episode of that is 45 minutes long. That's crazy.
Yeah.
For animation, that's nuts. And it's hot. It's like high quality, and they do a really good job of not like copying the style of like Cory Walker and
Otley.
Yeah, like not copying their style, but like evoking as much as they need to do it in animation. Like I think they do a really good job. Kirkman's had a fantastic job or done a fantastic luck of having great adaptations. I think the first 2 seasons of Walking Dead and this first season of Invincible, it's like you couldn't like pitch perfect as far as like as far as like aping like their comics. Like this is made very well. People seem to like it. Like you got a great cast. It looks good. People are interested. Now, I lost interest in Walking Dead after like 3 seasons, but I also don't read the comic. That's the only thing is with Invincible, I feel like, it's great. They're sticking real close to the comics, but then as farther down the road, is that going to be like, they're sticking really close to the comics. I know everything that's going to happen.
Right. So what do you think will happen in the second season?
I think now, obviously, with the last episodes being as violent and disturbing as they were, I feel like that's kind of, like the period on the, this world is bigger and more dangerous than you ever thought, basically. Mm-hmm. And next season, I feel like it's more of Mark trying to be a better hero, learning and getting stronger, and just, I think it's going to scale back, basically. It's going to go back to kind of the start of this first season of like, hey, it's going to be him learning stuff, fighting some bad guys, and then at the very end of the season, it'll probably be a bloodbath again.
Now, I was just wondering, because I wrote a list for CBR about this, but what other Image properties would you like to see, kind of get this animated style treatment?
Image. I'm trying to think of enough modern God, I just saw. I mean, it's not Image, but heck, I just saw like the Sweet Tooth trailer, and you're like, man, what a wild world we live in.
Yeah.
Man, Image. I'd like to see some of Hickman's stuff come to the screen, just to see how they would do it, more than anything.
Yeah.
Like he's done a bunch of weird Image series.
East of West, right?
East of West. What was the one with the Manhattan Projects? I think that one's like perfect for, I feel like, a TV show. That's the most straightforward of all Hickman's like long form stories, or East of West too. But yeah, you get into like the Red Wing and like some of like the nightly news, which I want to go back and reread. It's been forever. Yeah. But like, oh man, how do you translate this? Like, this is the perfect version of this story. Like translating this to TV will only make this worse. Which is one thing I like about a lot of Hickman's weirder stuff is he's telling stories you can only tell in comics because of how weird the medium can be.
I think I don't think it would ever happen, but I'd kind of like to see a saga. I mean, I'd rather see a saga animated rather than live action.
Yes, I concur, and you know why I concur? Because it would be impossible to do live action unless you filmed it all at once. You'd have to film that kid every single goddamn year. Because you see it on any TV show that has like child actors in it. I feel like any dramas, those kids age real quick. Something magic always happens to turn them into an adult. No one ever raises a child. Like any show with magic superheroes. Wally West had kids. Oh, when they come back, they certainly weren't babies because we can't show superheroes dealing with that. They've got to be crazy powered little teens now.
Or what Bendis did to Jonathan Kent.
Yeah.
I'll never forgive him for that.
It's the thing of, as soon as Jonathan Kent was introduced, I'm like, oh, at some point, this kid is going to be super aged or disappear from existence. There's just no way. God, I just think of, what was that show? The Strain. Is like, this show is supposed to, like, the first 3 seasons take place over, like, 4 months, maybe? But, like, they have this kid. They had to replace him, like, 2 seasons in. Number one, because he was terrible. But then also because, like, yeah, he's like 13 now. It's like he's a teenager. He's like, it's not 4 months ago. Yeah, it's why Harry Potter's so amazing. Of just how do you do this in a timely fashion where we don't have to like Shazam? That's got to be a nightmare, right?
Yeah.
Like, hey, those kids aren't going to look like those adult people who played their adult versions. Like, that's not going to happen. If you don't film like the next Shazam in the next 2 years, those kids won't even look like those kids anymore.
Right. I think another image book that I would think would work really well, and I don't know if you're reading it, is Ice Cream Man.
Is that a Donny Cates one?
No, that is Maxwell Prince.
Okay, I don't know why I was thinking.
It's kind of like horror / Twilight Zone type thing, but
the covers are really nice. I see the covers; they look fantastic. I might try to look for some of the trades if that's pretty decent.
Yeah, actually, when we were at years ago, when we went to that thing called New York Comic Con, I actually interviewed the artist.
Okay, yeah, I see the covers all the time. I've become an old miserly comic reader. DC won't give me digital codes, so screw that.
Yeah. So, yeah, I thought it was another one which I also thought is Scotty Young's I Hate Fairyland.
Yeah. Oh, I mean that'd be a fantastic cartoon, or the most fucked up live action thing you could ever do. Do you remember the sci-fi show Happy that was based on that Mark Miller comic? Could you imagine like all of the 3D is like that little, all of the fairyland is all these crazy digital people like look that in that style? That'd be nuts and expensive.
Yeah, I don't think I finished the first season of Happy. I'll have to find that. I think it's on Netflix. I'll have to go back and finish it.
It's weird. I didn't even watch. I saw like the pilot. This is the second conversation I've had about this show in like the last 2 weeks.
Well, I've never even watched it. It's Derek Robertson art, and also I don't know if you met at when we had those things in Albany called Comic Cons. Richard Clark, he did he did the inking on those.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it was. I think it was because Christopher Maloney's been all over the internet that made me think of Happy again.
He's pretty much all over, like every other show you watch, he's on.
Well, he's got his new show, and clearly he's been working out. Everyone's talking about his ass. It's ridiculous. Twitter's been yelling about it for a while. I don't know.
So let's kind of switch gears over to Disney Plus and Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yes, our other corporate masters. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. It didn't, even though it was only 8 episodes, it seemed a lot longer, but it seemed like there could have been more. Yes, I like that they're not. I at least like that they're letting them be shorter if that's what it calls for, rather than like extending some stuff out. I think some of the Netflix series were strung way like too long.
Yeah,
and
that's kind of the problem I ran into with the CW shows. It's like
they're so long. It's like 20. It's crazy.
and the plot moves about as fast as a season of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, it takes about as long as each season takes as long as the 5 minutes it took the planet to blow up in Dragon Ball. Well, I guess it's 5 minutes, but 20 episodes later, we're still here.
We're still kind of going.
Yeah. But I'm kind of interested. I didn't even realize the Flash had started so soon, because they've already taken the first episodes off of the CW app, which is mind-boggling to me. So I'll have to find some other way to watch the first couple episodes. But because all those seasons were cut short last year, they're like resolving last season stuff in this season, which means that the main season plot is shortened, which I'm hoping will make it better.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it will make those shows better, because they won't have to like extend like this weird dumb mirror Flash saga for another like 20 episodes.
Yeah, I kind of lost interest in things after Crisis.
Yeah,
Just
it's a good place to stop. As always, jumping on points are also good jumping off points.
Yeah, and it's just I didn't finish Batwoman. I didn't finish Legends. I don't think I finished any of them. I finished Arrow because it was only 8 or 9 episodes.
The only one we were really keeping up with was Flash, so I kind of I wasn't like keeping up with Arrow, Batwoman, or the rest of them. So I've just given up on like, oh, that's ruined for me now, because it's like they're just gonna spoil it for me anyway. So
yeah, but yeah, I really enjoyed the Falcon and Winter Soldier and WandaVision.
Yeah, I thought they're both super well produced. I wish, I mean, obviously, I always wish they could do more, but I'm happy with what we've gotten. That, I'm still thinking of the Fox TV Nick Fury movie. It's like how can I be mad at anything? We've got a WandaVision television show about their weird sitcom life, and it's just like, yeah, sure, that sounds awesome.
It worked. It worked for me because it's like I knew what they were doing.
Well, it's a mystery, and mysteries are fun, and yeah, because you just start, they're like, man, this is weird, and it's like, yeah, this is weird. Why is this happening?
Or because I used to watch I Love Lucy and Dick Van Dyke a lot. So
we're of the generation where they played those ad nauseum.
True. Boy World.
It's also just seeing some of the behind the scenes stuff that they actually brought like Dick Van Dyke in. They like tried to film it exactly the way they filmed it, or did the special effects the same way they would have done them at that time period. And just that stuff is cool. Just the idea that like someone cared, people cared enough to think about it, even if no one will ever notice, but they'll know.
Mm-hmm.
Like they got an audience to come in and do real audience reactions to, like, they filmed it exactly like you would film a sitcom, which is just wild.
And going back to Falcon and Winter Soldier, I'm kind of glad they didn't play out the John Walker thing a whole lot, because that could have gotten.
If they didn't leave, if they left him as Captain America at the end of that show, that would be. I think they redeemed him too quick.
Yeah.
I'm not like I don't think he's a bad person, but he's clearly a dude who has an anger problem.
Issues.
Yes, he has an anger problem, that's fine. But yeah, just like guys, I mean, he's not everybody's favorite buddy here.
Yeah, it was kind of weird how he just kind of showed up there at the end, and it's like, oh, they're like, oh yeah, thanks for helping.
Yeah.
I thought there'd at least be like a throwdown between him and Sam.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it felt like. Like, I'm gonna, like he went nuts. Like, I'm making my own shield, and then I'll be the Captain America. But then it's like, he made his own weird crazy shield, and then it was like, hey guys, I'm helping. He made a weird crazy shield. I'm gonna burn my medals of honor into a weird shield. That's not gonna work.
And I kept having to remind myself why the why they were going after why the resistance people were kind of
Yeah.
fighting. It's like that kind of got a little muddled.
They made it very nebulous because it's like the thing of like, hey, we want to evoke these real world problems, but we're also need it to be weird, dumb Marvel bullshit. So it's not real. Oh, it's not because of the real world refugee problem. It's the blip did it. But
Yeah.
I also heard, since I don't know, I heard a bunch of weird stuff. A bunch of stuff got cut out from it, like there might have been stuff that had to do with vaccines and pandemics, and they kind of cut around a bunch of that because it's like
A little too close to home.
yeah, and good. It's like yeah, but it's okay. It's fine. But
I kind of also
I thought they had some really great moments. Like, I mean, obviously the iconic thing of the dude with the bloodied shield, we'll say.
yeah.
Like they did some pretty cool some moments there.
I was expecting at the end when they walked into the museum, when he walked in with Isaiah Bradley, that they were going to have like a somehow incorporate the cover of the number one of the truth,
Or
where
even
he's
just
like,
kind of like that weird
yeah,
that his like weird costume or like the cap with the bandana.
yeah. I thought maybe his silhouette in front of the flag would have been like on the wall or something, but
No.
they didn't ask me when they were.
Noted Marvel fan Chad Burdett.
I also wish they
you're
would
on the
have.
Marvel Creative Committee, right?
Yes.
You Bendis, Jeff Loeb, and whatever.
Hey, if I come up against a wall, I just say throw in Wolverine or Deadpool.
It's been your fault this whole time.
It's a dream.
Damn it, he got us again. I thought the first episode. I feel like Falcon got better as the show went on. I thought the first episode was a little slow, but like as they kept introducing, as the story kept progressing, it got like more interesting and more fun. And they they went to Madripoor, which is just always just fun and weird. Of like, they went to the X-Men place.
Oh, all right. Where's Patch?
Yeah. Oh god. I'm sure. I'm not trying to call anyone out. I'm sure Emergency Awesome is going to talk about some thing in the background that this can be seen as a reference to Patch, who is Wolverine from the X. And I'm just like, oh my god, do we need someone pointing out every little
Joe Fixit?
Yeah. Was Joe Fixit a minute? I don't even know enough about.
I thought there's one where they were like there together. I don't know. I vaguely remember from.
I always think of him in Vegas. Madripoor is usually an X-Men area that is in more recent times has been kind of everyone goes there now. Everyone knows about this weird place.
Again, remember, I'm the Marvel connoisseur.
Yes, the Marvel connoisseur.
But no, I really did enjoy it. I'm looking forward to Loki.
Yes, I just like that. Whereas like I like Falcon and Bucky when they're kind of jerks to each other.
Yeah.
But like kind of alone, like, yeah, Falcon's cool. Winter Soldier's all right. But it's when they're together that they're more fun. And whereas like, nah, I can just watch Loki be Loki for like a good chunk of time. He's just an interesting, weird character. And just how that looks like they're using him seems fun. Like they're bringing the goddamn TVA.
Yeah.
Some fucking insane shit.
Well,
I'm sure.
I kind of maybe they'll I wish they would have dealt more with Bucky's kind of making amends, other than just kind of having it there at the beginning and then kind of wrap it up there at the end.
Yeah, it got lost in the, hey, we need to bring Zemo in here for some reason, and we need to
You need to get him on the dance floor.
Yeah, we need to get him on the dance floor. That's the most important thing.
But did they already announce like a Captain America movie with Sam as Captain America, or
No, I mean they didn't
do you
even.
think they will? I mean, they left things pretty much open for something.
Well, I could see them doing another season of this. I mean, they just announced yesterday, I guess, or even maybe the day before, they released like the Marvel's like sizzle reel for like these are the movies coming out over the next like 3 years, and yeah, I don't think they're doing a Cap anytime soon. If anything, we'll have season 2, and it'll be called Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
but I think it's cool that they elevated Falcon to that point. I thought they would go to Bucky first, but obviously with Endgame left it in Falcon's court. I think there's some cool ways they can go with it. Someone posted they're doing them like the Marvel Legends line of a bunch of the characters from the MCU, and Falcon is the Build-A-Figure. You have to buy Falcon, but you don't get the wings. You have to buy all 5 other figures to get his full wingspan. And I'm just like, that's some meat. I mean, I don't buy that many of those figures, but that is bullshit. It's such a jerk move. Like, what do you mean? How do you sell a Falcon without wings? Come on.
Well, maybe they got pruned. I don't know.
Well, he's Captain America now, so the wings come separately. You get the Captain America parts, but you don't get the Falcon parts. They're sold separately.
Well, you have to buy 5 of them to complete the shield too.
That would be the meanest thing. Like with the Build-A-Figures, I understand. It's like, well, yeah, here's like Abomination's leg. It's like this big. But like this tiny shield, you bust it into like 4 parts. That'd be so mean. That'd be the meanest thing in the world.
And
I hope they tighten up Sam's costume a little bit. The design, I think, is great. It just looked a little loose around the neck.
Yeah. I think it needs to look more like Captain America and Heroes Reborn.
We don't speak.
Did you see that picture of somebody like?
Oh my God! Yes.
The picture of
yes.
Rob Liefeld's Captain America, and then they did Falcon.
Yeah. Didn't Liefeld even like retweet it or something? I want to say that's how I saw it, because someone posted it and either at him or he retweeted it.
Yeah.
Oh God, he'll never live that Cap. He'll never live that Cap cover down.
But yeah, I mean, have you been watching anything else? I went through the Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy. That was pretty fun.
The Harley Quinn show, or
the animated one?
Oh, there's a new one. I haven't watched the new one.
It's on HBO Max.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. There's a bunch of, now that all the DC stuff is just transferred through there.
Yeah.
We've been watching Superman and Lois. Well, we were watching Superman and Lois until they stopped putting new episodes out. But I think they start next week. And I've been enjoying that show. It's been nice. It feels very much like what is it? The run before Bendis. It feels, because it's them in the farmhouse.
Peter Tomasi?
Yeah, the Tomasi, and I know he worked a lot with Doug Monkey on that. Yeah. I love that run, and it feels like that. But man, the kids are too old, and I hate them. The kids are terrible.
That's. I think I started watching the first one, and I loved the
first scene is so good. It's painful. You're like, you did it. They earn a lot of cred with that scene.
And then they show up with the kids.
Well, with the kids, I'm just like, how do you not know? How could you not figure out your dad is Superman? Come on. He's always saving Lois Lane. He looks just like your dad.
Again, I've only seen half of the first episode, but it kind of looks like they're pulling from John Byrne's Generations.
Oh, where like it's like his aura makes it so he doesn't take pictures normally or something.
No.
Or
It's
like
the
his face.
Generations where like it was Batman and Superman in like real time, and they had kids, and one
Oh,
of the
okay.
one.
I thought you meant like like they come up with all the weird explanations for like why his glasses work. How does no one figure this out? And it's like, oh well, when his Superman aura is activated,
Yeah,
his picture can't be taken, so he doesn't look like him.
Jay Garrick vibrates so fast.
See, that makes total sense. Even the Flash does that a bit in the show sometimes. He'll go, "Ugh." I'm never
See,
doing that again. I'm never doing that again. That's terrifying.
you know what I would like to see. I guess they've cast Bart Allen for the TV show.
Yes, as soon as I can find a place to watch the first couple episodes, I'll probably try to start watching The Flash again.
What I always wanted them to do was the just the Speed Force suit instead of the the.
I'm sorry.
Unfortunately,
on the Flash suits, they broke me on it was the year when XS was there. And like she brings the Flash suit from the future. Oh my god, it's so advanced. And then it's like this suit is the ugliest thing in the whole world. And they're like, "Oh my god, it looks so great." And you're like, "His head looks enormous. It's loose around the collar. He just looked stupid." Thank God they like immediately like replaced it. Oh, one other thing for this season, I haven't watched it, but I saw something where apparently Grant Gustin has just taken this time to get jacked, so he fills out this Flash costume now. He's like, "Hey, he's been working his ass off in the gym." He's getting his superhero body finally. No offense to Grant Gustin.
I'm getting my superhero body too.
Hey, I have nothing. Yeah, I mean, I have nothing to say about. But I mean, he's no offense to that man, but like he's a pretty small frame guy. I mean, even as the Flash, he's a little skinny, but he's the Flash, so it's fine. But yeah, there's an interesting photo where it shows like all of the suits in each season. It's interesting to see, like, you don't think about how much it's changed. And also and how bad that suit was from that one season. Oh my god. So bad. Just the absolute worst. I was ready to stop the show. It was that bad.
No.
Trying to think what other.
So are you currently reading anything that or
As I've said, I'm being very miserly with my comics right now. I've made the decision to switch to digital or trade for DC. So I haven't read almost any of the new stuff yet. Marvel, I'm kind of just reading X-Men and a handful of other titles, and the Power Rangers books, which I'm also getting ready to probably step away from. I'm just at a point where I'm got to refocus, and I have such a huge backlog of stuff to read. I just need to finally buckle down and take care of that.
No, completely understandable.
And hey, I've read plenty of years of comics. If I've earned a break.
So, yeah, maybe we can do this again. Try to do this on a weekly basis until I have to go back.
They just put me back on days, so I'm living in the daytime again, for good and for ill. But it makes it easier to do things with other human beings.
Yeah. Well, I have one thing I'll talk to you when we sign off. But yeah, we should try to. I know we always say this, but we should try to do this, on a regular basis because this is fun.
Yeah, we can set it. I'm for my schedule. I have Monday and Tuesday off. I have Wednesday off every other week now. But I mean, yeah, I should always have time to fit in one of these. in the middle of the day because I'm usually just sitting around here anyway.
Alrighty. Well,
Quarantine. There's not a lot to do anyway.
True.
I have to spend all my money on all these toys. Someone has to.
I just work,
Oh,
and then I have a little kid to take care of.
Yeah, you have plenty to do. I'm sure. I can't
it's
imagine
crazy.
how you can get anything done.
Yeah. Well, we'll go ahead and sign off, and then I'll talk to you off about possibly what we can do next week.
Yes. God. Oh my God.
Alrighty.
It's taken the entire time, and I'm finally in focus.
All right. So I'm going to end. I'm going to at the end of this, I'll put in where you can check us out. And yeah, we'll hopefully be back next week. Same time, same that channel. I don't know. All right.
Don't shy away
Gotcha.
from it. Just
Yeah.
we'll just play the audio clip. What are they gonna do? Sue us?